These days, most TVs have a vast amount of apps or TV streaming capabilities. But just in case you're looking for an update to any basic TV, or in fact you're looking for an Android platform that is available to connect to your movie projector, well, this particular Android TV box today might just interest you, and it might be the better option. So yes, today we are going to be taking a look at the Tanix S9051 W2 Android TV box. Here it is in all its glory, the W2. As you can tell, it is indeed your basic standard TV box. Tanix certainly do offer better options, but this one today has a Amlogic S905 CPU, an Amali G31 GPU, it has a 2.4G/5G Wi-Fi connection, yes, a dual connection, with an internal 16GB ROM, 2GB RAM, with Bluetooth 5.0 capabilities. So yeah, you will be able to hook up those speakers, headphones or earphones, etc. The design again, it's nothing really fancy. It's a very much toned down TV box. To the right side, we have a TF memory card slot. There's a USB 2.0 port, a USB 3.0 port too. So yes, you will be able to connect a vast amount of memory sticks, or in fact a dongled mouse or keyboard combination. To the rear we get all the usual ports that you would expect, like an AV out, an SPDF port, a LAN port, HDMI port to connect to your TV, which we're going to go ahead and quickly do by slotting in that HDMI cable which is provided within the box, and we might as well just go ahead right now and also connect the power adapter. To the front there's a simple LED time display. When everything's updated, by the way, this will automatically update. There's not much signs of any type of rentage, really? No. And we do also get these, well, slip slide plastic feet to the bottom. It would have been better with rubber feet really, because it's just sliding all over the place. The user manual, very basic, but we do get a slimline remote control. It's a usual remote that you get with many TV boxes. It does take 2 AAA batteries. Nope, not supplied. But let's go ahead and power it on. Which, by the way, it's actually quite fast to boot. Right from the off, it looks like we've got Alice UX Lite Edition, which is basically KODI. Now, it's not set up, but if you're after watching some free movies, you know, free movies? Hush hush, mum's the word. Well, you better watch some how-to guides then on YouTube, because I'm not telling you. But I will tell you something, this Android TV box is running Android 11. While manoeuvring around the menus, everything feels rather swift, which is quite surprising considering that this TV box hasn't really got a massive memory. We do have pre-installed apps like Google Play Store, which when accessed, you'll be able to download most of your favourite apps, but I will note, Netflix, nope, it's not updatable. The pre-installed app will work, by the way, in this TV box. It's just certain apps like Now TV, if you download it, it isn't compatible, I'm afraid, and Disney Plus is not accessible. There's loads of streaming services to be had though. We did test out YouTube, and because this particular Android TV box is advertised as being 4K compatible, unfortunately when we did choose 4K while streaming, the video was really quite choppy and the bitrate was real slow. So nope, 4K streaming not great, and trust me guys, we've actually got good broadband here, so having super fast broadband, I don't think it's going to make a difference considering again that this TV box has low memory. 2K playback though, it was not too bad. Again, if you've got 4K videos or 2K videos on USB sticks, then this TV box won't have a problem. But any type of streaming, the ideal setting would be 1080p. So as mentioned, some apps are hit and miss. We did go ahead and download the game. By the way, we did also connect a PS4 controller. Yeah, it seems to work with this TV box. So we decided to play Asphalt Airborne 8. Yes, it is a dated game, a few years old now, but as you can tell, again, very choppy. Now if you're just a big kid and you just want to kill some time, you'll be able to play this game fine, but don't be looking for super intense graphics or anything like that. We've had to turn it right down to its lowest settings, just in order for the TV box to perform okay. But with regards to other simple games, I think the Tanix 2 won't have a problem. It's just those intensive big games, you're obviously going to have a lot of lag. As mentioned, this is just a basic upgrade for any TV that you might own that doesn't have smart or Android capabilities. Nope, it's not got all the apps that you would hope for, but if you've say got an older relative, or in fact if you've got holiday home caravan, then I think this would be a good added aid to upgrade an existing basic TV. On this occasion, we've got to bear in mind that this Tanix W2 is certainly in a budget range category, and because some of my favourite apps are not accessible, I will only be giving it a 6 out of 10 today. No, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. And in fact, for the past week while using it, it's not once got stuck or needed to be reset. You just have to bear in mind that with its low memory, it's not going to push any type of barriers. But what do you guys think? Do you own this particular TV box? How do you rate it? Get commenting in the comment section down below. Now, if you want to check this TV box out for yourself, I will, as always, leave a link to it in the video description down below. But what would be very much appreciated, guys, is please like this video, because the more likes we get, the better it is for this channel to grow. Not only that, I'd really appreciate it if you just take the time to subscribe just now. All the support would be very much needed, but please bear in mind to hit the bell notification option so you guys will see our future uploads. But yeah, if you want to see some of our past videos, 2 of them should be shown on screen shortly. Well, here's one just here. But thank you ever so much for watching today. Peace!